Mom, it is your turn to pick again. What shall I sample next?
Okay, well let's go with the peanut butter candy.
Ooh, alright. The peanut butter candy slash peanut butter roll slash known to some as potato candy, right? Or potato roll?
Potato candy. Because it was originally made, the white part, with potatoes. I've never made it with potatoes, but the recipe I was given by a lady that I always considered as my second mother, Ruby Moore, who made it unbelievable. Wish I could make it as good as her. But her recipe called for only cream and confectionery sugar and butter on the outside, the white part. I added some cream cheese instead of all butter. And only just peanut butter, again.
Now I will say this: if you don't really like sweets in general, this probably isn't for you anyway. But the sweetness of the candy coating, or the candy part of the roll, mixed with the Jif peanut butter, which has that little bit of saltiness and that little bit of, I guess you would call it a base flavor, just evens it out so good. I literally have not had this kind of candy in at least 2 years, probably closer to 3. And this is bringing me back to my childhood. This is just absolutely delicious. And if you don't like sweets too much, it might not be for you, but the flavors balance each other out so well that it's really not overly sweet. It's really, really good.
Okay.
Okay, so next we're getting into the last bit of it here, and what we have left is cookies. I'm going to save the
Except
cookies.
for the brittle.
Except for the brittle, exactly. So I was going to save the cookies for last and go with some peanut brittle. Now, peanut brittle can be hit or miss with me because a lot of times, especially the store-bought stuff, can be so hard it makes peppermint bark look soft. And I actually haven't had your peppermint bark in quite a while, so
Peanut brittle.
Peanut brittle in quite a while. So let them know what goes into it, and I'll try it out.
Okay. Well, I used to not make brittle very much because it was really hard to get just perfect. I had a friend who told me you can make it in the microwave. So this is peanut brittle made in the microwave, and I think it is better than any that has ever been made that I've made on top of the stove.
In the microwave, really?
In the microwave.
Oh, wow. This is really good. And again, just like some of the others, it's not too sweet. It has a good saltiness to it that sort of counteracts and works well with the sweetness. And where I was mentioning earlier that some peanut brittle is basically trying to chew into a brick. This is it's not soft, but it just has the right amount of crunch to it, to where I have to agree, from a microwave no less, this is some of the best peanut brittle.
It is.
It's really, really good. Now, other than peanuts, obviously, what all goes into the peanut brittle?
Sugar and water.
Sugar and water, really.
And vanilla flavoring and a little baking soda.
Not bad, not bad. Thank you, Mama, that was really good. Okay, so, moving on from here, we have, we have some cookies left, but this year, this is something Mom is really nervous about. This was her first attempt ever at making caramel, or caramel, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And honestly, well, I've had a little bit of a sample before. I liked it, but I didn't really analyze it before. And so, I'll let Mom tell a little bit of the story about the caramel while I try it out.
Well, it's not as creamy. The first couple of days that I made it, it was creamy. But I didn't keep it sealed in a package. But when I was making it, the recipe I went from was online, so I just pulled it out, started using it, and I noticed it wasn't doing what I thought it should. So I scrolled down, and there was a bottom that said, "Attention, update on the recipe." So always read the recipe completely. So I just went ahead and made it, and it was okay the first couple of days, but I think it's not as creamy now. So he has a friend that has a recipe that I would love to have. It is still great.
No, I will say this. I have to agree with Mom. It's not as creamy, and I can't remember if I actually got to try it when it was in its earliest creamy stage. I will say this, especially for a first attempt, it's really, really good. One slight critique I would say, and it's probably in the actual update to the recipe, a little bit lighter on the salt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think I got carried away with the salt also.
But I will say this: if you like salted caramel, it's really good. Like once, make sure you have a little bit of water on hand, because I mean it is rather strong on the salt. But next year when she tries again, it's like it lightens up on the salt some, and tries the other recipe. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it tastes like, because I'm sure it will be absolutely amazing.
I may try it more than once before
Okay.
I try it.
I will be your taste tester.
Okay.
All right. So now, all we have left are the cookies. And just to get it started, which cookie would you like me to try first?
Well, go ahead with the peanut butter kiss, because that's one that everyone makes. Recipes are everywhere. They're very common.
This is very true, yes. If you've never seen one of these, you either don't live in America or you've been living under a rock, because these come out every year around Christmas. Just like a nice little Hershey Kiss and peanut butter cookie, right?
Yes.
And is there anything else in addition to that, or?
It's just peanut butter cookie rolled in sugar, and you put the kiss on it after it comes out of the oven.
Nice. Well, this should be no surprise what it tastes like, but I'll try it anyway.
Does it taste like a peanut butter cookie with a chocolate kiss on top?
It tastes like a peanut butter cookie with a chocolate kiss on top. And let's face it, if you mess that up, you're doing something wrong.
Well, sorry, I have had them that have been messed up.
She's really hard on herself.
No, not me. I've tasted other people.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
mine are good when it comes to that.
Hers are always good.
But I have had some that, again, I use only Jif peanut butter. I think when you use the cheap peanut butter, it doesn't taste as good. But I am picky.
She is very picky. But from the little bit more expense comes some very quality ingredients, obviously. Alright, so moving on.
Go ahead and do the Brickle cookie.
Oh.
This is the teacher that I work with, my friend Susan Hampton. This is her very favorite cookie, so I always have to make a lot of them every year for her. And it has the little Brickle bits, which is like the Heath bars, minus the chocolate.
Okay, not gonna lie. Every year I've had these, I'm pretty sure I gain at least a pound from these alone. Every year. They are one of my absolute favorite, most addictive Christmas sweets ever.
And it's not overpowering sweet either.
Not at all. But it's like, if you like Heath bars or you like Toffee at all, oh my god. Absolutely delicious. And these are actually a little bit thinner than she usually makes them. It works perfectly. Like, usually they're a little bit thicker in the middle, but this thinness works amazingly for these cookies. Like, I honestly, right now, I kind of wish I had some milk to dip them in, which don't get them. Usually if I say something like that, she'll be like, oh, I'll get it for you. Don't. But, yeah, the Brickle Bit cookies, just absolutely delicious. I would say that it melts in your mouth. One of my favorite Christmas treats of all time that I really need to watch myself on when I'm eating them. Alright, moving on from there, we have 2 cookies left.
Yes, this is your sister's favorite. This is an oatmeal cranberry white chocolate cookie.
Oh my.
And this one may have pecans. I make some with pecans and some without. I think that has pecans, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has some pecan. Well, that is really good. Really, really good. You said cranberry, right?
Yes. I love cranberry.
Now this, if you want something that has some nice complex flavors, like you don't want just something plain sweet or a little bit more neutral, This cookie right here is really good. It has a little bit of the sweetness from the white chocolate. The cranberries give it that really nice tang. The pecan pieces, I mean, adds that nice crunch to it. Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. Other than, I mean, it's just oatmeal cookie with
An oatmeal. Has that nice chewiness to it. It's just like this right here. It's not something that all the kids are gonna love. Obviously, it's something that's more for adults or older kids. But the complexity of the flavors is just phenomenal. Absolutely delicious, Mom.
Thank you.
I can definitely see why Lindsay likes it so much, for sure.
It's her favorite. And the last cookie is the adult cookie.
The adult cookie. The adult cookie, not the only adult snack, obviously. But.
Right. The only adult cookie, which really is called a Georgia Lizzie, and it has peach brandy in it. Kind of like a fruit cookie, but it only has the candied cherries and pineapple, so it doesn't have anything bitter. And it has raisins and pecans. And actually the alcohol is cooked out, but most children, younger children, don't like them. But it's delicious.
How would you compare these to, say, like a fruit cake?
They're really nothing like a fruit cake, really. Fruit cake usually the cake is real dense.
Right.
And you have all the different fruits in it, and a lot of them are bitter. If you've ever had the fruit cake.
And I was just gonna say, because these are basically the edible version of a fruit cake. At least that's the way I always saw it as a kid. And like, you can definitely taste the flavor of the brandy come out. And admittedly, I didn't like these when I was younger. When I was a kid, I didn't care for these. I tried them a few times, never really liked it, but now I can definitely appreciate the flavor. And like Mom was saying, if you want some nice adult cookies to go along with your cranberry white chocolate oatmeal cookies, it's like, these are definitely the way to go. Now again, visually, this is just the way I always saw it. They kind of remind me of a fruitcake, essentially, these Georgia Lizzies, but they taste so much better than any fruitcake, at least I've ever tried.
Yes.
And the peach brandy is it has a really nice flavor to it too. Absolutely amazing. One quick story, like very summarized here, but one year Mom was making the Georgia Lizzies here, mixing the dough and everything with the peach brandy. And after she finished, without realizing it, she licked her fingers. And Mom's what you would call a lightweight. So I believe it was my older sister came out, and Mom was giggling like crazy. So based off of only licking the brandy in the dough off of her fingers, she got buzzed. And I so wish I was old enough to remember that and appreciate that, but it's absolutely hilarious. So, rule of thumb, if you're a lightweight and you're making these, don't lick your fingers.
But I could stay up real late making them.
Yes, she could. They did keep her going for quite a while. Well, all right, Mom. Thank you. Well, thank you for making these amazing sweets every year. I know I'm not the only one that appreciates them. Everyone that gets one of your platters, I know, just absolutely loves them. People fight over these. I mean, not just certain candies, but people will fight over the entire plates whenever, like, she'll send a few platters to my dad's work or anything like that. It's just absolutely amazing stuff, and Mom, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for making all of these, and thank God for me somehow not getting diabetes from all these things you've given me every year.
Hopefully that will never happen.
Hopefully. But alright, everyone, thank you very much for joining me for this very special, a little bit longer than usual episode of Snackin' with a Sweet Tooth. I really hope you all enjoyed this. And obviously I can't provide any nutritional value because all of these are homemade, but if you would like to know any of the recipes, I don't know how closely Mom is guarding those recipes. But if you would like to know any of them, just ask in the comments down below, and I will ask Mom if she will grace you with the recipe. Does that sound okay, Mom?
Sounds, yes.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you very much, and I might take a couple-week break after this just so I can get a few more things going in the videos. I'll try and get something up anyways, but everyone, until next time on SNACK-KENN, I'm Papa Ken, and this is my mama, and I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Later.
Bye.